It is August the 4th. It is Wednesday, and as I posted something for Frank today about Hump Day, and thought that was cute. So if you go to the group, you can look at some of his information. We're going to share some of that information today as well. He brought up an interesting article. But first, we're going to do the stats. We have 25 days of inventory, and we listed 123 homes yesterday. So that means that everybody is working hard. You put 113 under contract, you close 66, and we have 3,945 condos, single-family homes and townhomes available, which is 25 days, I think, isn't bad. I don't know what you think, but I don't think that's bad. And my reasoning is because one of the Zillow's pitches when they call people is that they don't have to wait so long for things to close. And I am getting some spam calls. I don't know what it is. Do you get a lot of spam calls? I'm really getting a lot of spam calls. So anyway, so Zillow's pitch is that, you don't have all this time wasted, and turn off my email begging, because they close quickly. So when we have less inventory, we tend to close quicker. Just the way the trend's been going. And the other trend that I see and that other people are saying and talking to us about is that things are slowing down a little bit, which means the prices are probably going to soften a little bit. Hold on. I'm telling you, it's that hot air out there. So that's, that's probably good for us in many, many ways. It will bring perhaps some of the first-time homebuyers back to the market. Excuse me again. Hang on, everybody. All righty. Drink some more water. One of the things that I started doing since Steve Hawk's video last week about the people who are buying up our homes, the non-owner occupied people. And so now I'm running the stats every day for them. And down here, it says non-owner occupied sales. And we're selling about 44 a day to investors. And basically right now, that's 31% of the annual sales have been to investors. Good morning, Frank. Good to see you. Good morning. So we have to it'll be interesting to see how that plays out throughout the rest of this year. But that's a big chunk of our market. And like I said the other day, we have company here, so I haven't had time to do some of the research to find out how many of those are mom and pops versus the big guys, the hedge funds, and so on and so forth. So I will get to that in a couple days, and we will toward the end of the year we'll keep playing that trend and see what happens. All right. So what is segueing here a little bit now to let's show this, hide this. Let me move over here. Okay. New homes. The weekly traffic and sales watch I get from the Home Builders Research Center. And I have checkmarked some things here of interest. Quarter one, we sold 4,113 new homes. And it dropped pretty much almost a third, less than a third, let's say maybe 25%. In the second quarter, we only sold 3,235. And Frank, I know you do a lot of new home sales, so maybe you can tell us, is it the fact that the inventory was low and they just have them on contract, but they haven't closed yet? I'm not sure. But then when we jump over here into July, we've done less sales in July than we did in the first month of the two previous quarters. So looks like they slowed down a little bit. And again, I'd like to know if anybody knows, is that because they don't have the inventory, or they, I know that they probably had the inventory, obviously, in the first quarter, and the second quarter waned a little bit. So in the third quarter, it looks like we're headed down as well, because we only did 1,134 sales in July, and the first quarter of the first month of the second quarter, we did 1,215. And in January, we did 1,249. So we're slowly declining in the number of sales of new homes. So we'll see as that goes. We'll see the trends there. I know that, when we talk about the prices softening, I don't think they're going to soften in the new home sector, because the prices of labor and lumber are not going to go down. And Frank is saying, he agrees, a lot are still being built. And he's saying also 6 to 7 month build out. Okay. So what that means is the first quarter of next year is probably going to be really good if that's the case. And this year we'll just see how it plays out. And it'll continue to build. So build up the pent up demand if that's the case. And I don't doubt Frank's input. So so anyway, the bubble. Now Frank shared with me this, and I want to kind of feature this a little bit and scroll through it, because this came from a different source, and it says, are we facing a real estate bubble? So in my blogs and in my things I send out from Buffini, that sheet about the bubble, this tells it in a different light. So if I can make this happen here, let's see, I want to monitor it, because we're going to kind of look at this article. Let's see if I can make it happen. Solo it. Go look at it. Good to go. All right. Hopefully, we're looking for it here. Good to go. There it is. Okay, hopefully you can see this. All righty. So we have, what it's saying, and I think you can hear me. All righty. Yeah, okay. So it's saying, recollections of the 2008 economic recession and the mortgage crisis that followed are fresh in the minds of many older millennial and Gen X homeowners burned by the housing market in the past. So as buyers compete in multiple offer situations and pay well above asking price for that new home, whether as first-time home buyers or as move-up buyers, many are wondering whether the housing market is due for a correction. And they basically say what Buffini and Dr. Young said, that the conditions that led to the previous bubble are not here anymore. When in 2008, we had poorly underwritten subprime mortgages, speculation on the financial markets focusing on mortgage-backed securities, and the double whammy led to a spat of foreclosures caused by too little equity and the economic impact of the attendant recession. So we don't think that's going to happen again, because that's not the landscape we have right now. And then it goes on to talk about conditions creating the current increase in market values. And unlike many housing bubbles, the current rise in home valuations is fairly easy to understand and explain. The following factors have shifted the balance of supply and demand, resulting in the increase we're currently experiencing in markets across the country. Because they are based on solid factors, these increases promise to be more reliable indicators of value than the speculative price increases associated with real estate bubbles. And we have historically low interest rates. We have low inventory sales environment. We have an extended spring market because of the pandemic. We have expanded market activity, and we have higher home prices and increasing activity, but it's limited to the most desirable in-town enclaves and popular ex-urban markets. However, the availability of long-term WFH means that many markets that are normally overlooked, especially those in outer suburban and rural areas, are suddenly in demand and offering more space, larger lots. These new popular markets are seeing their share of increasing home value and marketability. So, and it goes on to talk about the rest of the year. It's always important to talk to a real estate professional in order to better understand how conditions in your specific market and in your specific property reflect broader trends in the market at large. An agent or broker can give you insights on the most recent comparable property sales in your area and help you think through the decisions you need to make in order to optimize the value of your property. So, that's a very good closing paragraph. And like I think Frank has shared that with us, and it's in the group. Perhaps you should go to AmericanLifestyleMag.com and share it in an email with a link to your sphere of influence. And you can also follow it up with the bubble PDF that we gave you. So let me get back here so we can off. And we're back on. Okay, Frank, thank you for that. Yeah, it's just a different way of saying the same thing. Now, in the bubble slide that we gave everybody, that was provided by Dr. Young as in the informant in the article, but Brian Buffini's marketing group put it together in a nice graphic. So I think the two should give people, perspectives. Reading the article is good for those analytical people, and then the visual people are going to love the graphics. So I think everybody else is going to be interested in one of those. So very good, very good. So I want to talk a little bit about niche marketing, and I'll put myself down here. Rosa Flores, she's a realtor at United Realty. She posted this a couple days ago, and states where rich Gen Xers are moving. And Nevada is number 10 where rich Gen Xers are moving. So that might be a market that you want to niche. And if you look at where newcomers are coming from and you blend it in with the Gen Xers, and how do you do that? Well, Gen Xers are interested in different things, and you'll have to do a little bit of research on your own to see what type of things interest them. And what I'm saying is it graphics? Is it charts? Is it just houses with prices? And if I had to pick one, I pick number 3. I think they're more interested in going right to the bottom line. That's been my experience and the things I've read. So if you're going to go to the top 5 states where people are coming to Nevada, and this is recent. This is 2021. California, 44% of the newcomers to Clark County are from California. And we have 130 people moving here every day. And that, I think the other day we said 5 an hour. Well, it works out to 130 a day. And 40%, 45% of those people, almost 50%, are from California. And so, if you want to take it down a niche more, and there's the Gen Xers moving from California here, you can target them with the type of marketing that you do, whether it's on LinkedIn and or Facebook or Instagram. I kind of hesitate because I know if you're not really focused and honed in on a particular niche on Instagram, it's tough to get buyers and sellers out of there. I know some people are doing very well though, but I know it's a lot of hard work. But if you're using Facebook, for instance, a little easier. But California, Florida amazes me because a lot of people are moving to Florida. So I guess some people are moving out. Arizona is interesting because I think as we talked yesterday, and I'll show you again today, their prices went up dramatically. And then you have people from Texas moving here and people from Washington State moving here. So if you want to target those 5 states and understand, what's 44% of 130? Well, it's almost 60. So, you've got a lot of people moving here from California and then those other areas. So I would probably put my money into the California market. There's 33 million people that live there. So it is one of the largest, if not the largest states, I believe, in population. So niche marketing is kind of what we're talking about today, and I bring that up So let's look here. Here's another niche market, and that is retirees. And look where they're moving. And this is 2021. In the top states for number 9. Okay, we're in the top 10. We're in the top 10 for Gen Xers, and we're in the top 10 for retirees. So choose which one you'd rather market to. At my age, okay, I would be probably inclined to market to retirees just because I know a little bit more about them because I'm in that age bracket. So, but if you're younger, you probably know more about the Gen Xers. So, everybody chooses a niche for a different reason. And then the top cities, look at that. Henderson is number 3, and Paradise, which is really Las Vegas, is number 5. So we're 2 spots in the top cities where retirees are moving to. That's pretty cool, right? That's really cool. So again, niche marketing, this is a good thing to market if you're interested in the retirees. And, we have Sun City, we have so many nice communities here for retirees. So I think it's really an easy market to target if you're planning to do that. The law of attraction says you attract who you are. So I would probably niche the retirees, and then perhaps you have some military. I talked to a gal yesterday who has some military background, and she's going to get her real estate license. So she would probably really attract a lot of the veterans, and 18% of let's say 18%, for example, if you served in the military, you'll probably attract clients who also served in the military. So there's 4 niches that account for 61% of total buyers, okay? And veterans are 18% of that 61%. Single females are 19%. Multi-generational households are 12%, and senior citizens are 12%. So right there's 4 markets that you could niche, make new niches or start a new niche. But the veterans, pretty cool that they are 18% of the 61%. And single females, who out there is a single female? Annetta, I think you're a single female. And Karen, I'm not sure if you are or not, but we haven't had any personal contact for a while. So, but anyway, so, you can reach out to people based on who's going to be attracted to you because of who you are. And that's something I think people maybe don't realize. And we talk about focus. And so you want to focus and you want to attract people who you are. So I think that's a great marketing strategy. So let's see what else we have here. We have I have another slide number 4. So yesterday we talked about this with Corelogic, and I want to bring it up again because I want to say it again, repetition. Corelogic predicts that as the low number of listings prevent many from buying and the market stalls, growth will also take a hit in the near future. Unlike past bubbles, values are not expected to decrease, but a slowdown is on the horizon. An increase of only 3.2% is predicted across the country. So that slowdown is 3.2% across the country. Good morning. Good morning. Somebody's saying good morning to me. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, come on, little mouse. There we go. Good morning. So that's not, I think that's good. I think that's good because it's going to help adjust the prices down a little bit or keep them where they are. And Veronica's saying that the pandemic sparked an increase in buyer desire for lower density neighborhood and more living space, both inside and outside their home. And the chief economist at Corelogic said, communities with single family detached houses fill this need. Detached homes had the highest annual growth in June since the inception of the Corelogic Home Price Index in 1976. And I remarked about that yesterday, and I'm bringing it up again today because I think you really need to think about that. I think that if anything, prices are going to soften. Now, that might be a good reason for sellers to sell now. But then on the other hand, it might be a reason for buyers to slow down. And I think that, they're going to cross the path, right? So the buyers are going to slow down. Let me go down this way. Okay. And the sellers are going to go like this. And when it hits that when they intersect, if I can say it like that, then the market will correct itself. So I see that coming quickly. Probably, because I do these stats all the time, and I'm about probably Monday to look at the new stat on the median price. So I showed this yesterday, and I thought about it again today when we're talking about marketing. And it's important that in your marketing, that you really have proof that there is an indication of a price adjustment. So if yes, will that increase our growth? Well, definitely. If our prices go down a little bit or stop climbing, that is going to increase our market. And everybody needs to get prepared for that. I've been saying that for a couple weeks. And I'm going to sneeze again. Hang on. So it's a good time to get your marketing together. And I talked to some agent, one of my agents today, early this morning, and she is ready to ramp up her marketing and get to the goal that she originally set for the first 6 months of the year. And then she had, we all have things happen. She had something happen that kind of slowed her down a little bit, but now she's ready to get ramped back up. Be careful when you get ramped back up. Don't take on more than you can handle. So pick a new niche if you're picking a new niche, or get a farm. If you don't have a farm, you have to have a farm. I really teach and preach farming so that you can have realistic opportunities versus just leads. I talked to some gals yesterday. Did I provide leads? I can give you leads every day, but I'm telling you that there's a 1% to 2% return. You got to make 100 video texts or 100 emails or 100 phone calls to get 1 or 2 buyers or sellers. And if you have a farm though, and you can target that farm and become the neighborhood expert, to me, that's a much better plan to build your business. And then you can, when you do that, that down and dirty niche farming, right? You can set up face-to-face appointments much quicker. And you can pick, you need to do a little research to pick the right farm so that, people have been in their home in a particular neighborhood for 5 to 7 years. And you look at the history of that neighborhood, which you can do in the MLS very easily, and see the turnover. Is it because there are some neighborhoods where builders built houses that were more transitional, smaller homes perhaps. Well, those people probably are going to either move up and rent that house, or they're going to sell that house and move up, or they're going to sell that house and retire. So the smaller homes, sometimes you'll see those neighborhoods turn over faster. People get dogs, people get kids, and we just saw Corelogic saying that people want more space. So it might be a good idea when you're thinking about a niche market is to find subdivisions that are maybe small homes, because those people are more likely to move. People want more space right now. Always, in marketing, always visit your past clients. And what I'm going to tell you is that you need to get testimonials or get people. There's a link you can send them to get people to review your Google business page. And you can just say, please just, say you enjoyed working with me or something. I'm really looking to up my game this year and next year. And I would love to have you review my performance as a professional for you. And I can tell you, the more reviews you have, the more Google's going to give you what I call jukes. You're going to be up there in the rankings when people Google you or Google someone that does what you do. And we do a class on that in our social media. And it was so interesting when we had our social media class 2 weeks ago. We were going to do LinkedIn and Google business page in 3 hours. No, it took 3 hours to do the Google business page. There are so many facets to it and so many things that you need to learn how to do, like geotarget all of your pictures. And we show people how to do that. It's not hard, it's very easy. But not knowing that it's easy or that you should do it, is something a big tip out there for everybody. So when you're putting those videos up and those pictures up, make sure they're geotagged. You want to, and then you want to get reviews from your past clients. We talk about every time someone agrees to give you a testimonial, bring them a gift card or some small token of appreciation. And once they do it, ask them what's great about living in their area, and be sure to send videos to each person who helps you. So you've got to play it forward a little bit. That's the type of world we're living in, and it's going to get, our market's going to get tougher as the big guys come into our market and try to take their 50% of it. So stay as warm and face-to-face as you can with your clients. And a gift card, I don't know about gift cards. I like to give something a little bit more thoughtful. A lot of times people, they're grateful for the gift card, but they don't use it. I might do something a little bit more personal. John got a referral from an agent in California, and I know that this lady lives in Beverly Hills. She's very wealthy, and I thought, what am I going to give her? Her name is Victoria. So I went on, and where'd I go? To Front Gate. Front Gate has a gift section, and they have different things. And so there was this glass makeup tray. It was 3-tiered, but it gave me the ability to personalize it, and I could put her name or initial on it, which I did. And so that to me is a gift. Now, you're not going to do that for everybody that gives you a testimonial, but I'm just giving you an idea. You have to think a little bit past just a gift card, in my opinion. I don't necessarily think that's a warm and fuzzy gift. All right, so I think this is an indication that our business is going to grow, the prices are going to soften, and as soon as the buyers and sellers intersect in their pursuit of the American dream, the market will adjust, and it will be a positive adjustment, is what I'm saying, which may be different than what other people are saying. One of the things that I did find too in the niche marketing here is, this is from, I think Jimmy and I use this in one of our classes that we teach. So where buyers found the home they purchase. Well, of course, on the internet, right? Look at that. All buyers, 51%. The 22 to 30-year-olds, 61%. I mean, it's across the board. And it's interesting to me, and look at this. The older buyers are getting, are using their real estate agents more. And I think that's indicative of, and a congratulations to all the agents who are staying in touch with their previous buyers, because as the people got older, they're going back to the person that sold them the house. So I think that's a very good indication. I'd like to see those numbers go up more, because we've got friend, relative, or neighbor in there. I think that you all could take those spots and put them in the column for the real estate agent. And then you've got the yard sign or the open house. Now, it's interesting also to me that they lumped the yard sign in the open house, and the 75 to 95-year-old home buyers, a percentage of them are, it looks like, the higher percentage is in that category for them versus the younger people. So I think this is really a good percentage distribution of validating, I think, us. I think this validates us more than anything. And I think it's a good idea to perhaps work on us getting those numbers in the real estate row up higher. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think I'm running out of time today. I hope this information has been helpful or enlightening to show you that, okay, you've got to realize where the market's headed. You got to realize we got competition. We've got the hedge funds now. We got Zillow and all the other disruptors. I call them the interlopers. They call us the disruptors. I call them the disruptors. And then we have the interlopers and all those iBuyer platforms after our business. So we have to focus. We have to niche market perhaps. And I gave you some statistics today to help you do that. And Frank, yeah, he has a nice Yes, he says, I give home warranty for closing gift. Yeah, what a wonderful thing, and that's a healthy chunk of money. And I think I've given some people that as well, and I think that's a really great idea. Well, everybody have a great day. Stay cool. I think we're having record high temperatures today, and I will be at the office in a few minutes. I'm going to meet with a title company and John's buyers. John has a buyer's agent that came back to us, and she is going to start farming using the Buffini method, and it's going to be really interesting to see. And I'll report on how that goes. I think it's just going to go well, and I'll share some of the ideas that we have as soon as we put them as soon as I know how to get them rolling, and I'll share those all with you. I love you all. Have a great day. And I love that Brian Buffini has his Mother Teresa say that closing. I have to come up with a closing, I think. Hey, I have a YouTube channel and I need subscribers. Ruthie Rocks on YouTube. Please subscribe and please share these videos or comment, give me likes.